cool? Yeah, that's gorgeous.
The joyless commute and excitement. He has a lot of driving to do because he's at the beginning of the search, but he's looking for more suggestions outside of his immediate considerations.
Good old Harlow.
His budget is $30,000 to $35,000 with a hard stop.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet looking old Ford there.
You built a wall at 40 grand. Guess where we're gonna live? 40 grand.
This year's winter edition is needed all-wheel drive. Once, so we might consider wheel drive options.
Love it.
He also works. He has the work from home ability. If he can take his vehicle, cannot make it to work.
That's in quotes, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm calling it like.
Oh yeah, it's completely
My
gone.
favorite cannot make it to work today story is the one you've told me about Alaska.
There's the old motel.
What did I tell you?
At least,
literally,
you know, it was in one of my old videos.
If you call it a work,
Yeah,
there's a
she's
bear.
gone.
They're like, that's okay. You
That's
come in, whatever that
completely
whatever that bear
unfortunate.
clears. Exactly. We'll see. You're
So
right. There's a
sad.
bear in the front yard. You were fine in your house. Exactly. All good.
It's got to be an automatic because his MOF will be driving.
Milwaukee Road Museum. This is the old train depot.
I'd like to see
Been
golf.
here before on a previous video.
With a full contact golf. Guys in really weird outfits checking each other.
That's on the KLR. That's an old Chevrolet.
I want to see this.
It's pretty sweet.
The vehicle history includes that Ram.
It's a hell of a building right there. Sad to see that the old motel gone. You have to go back on my videos when I came up here on the old KLR. You'll see the building. God, it's just, that is just sad. What's that? I don't think so. Yeah, I want that truck here. That thing is just, that is just sweet.
I know that's not news to you or your wife.
Sniper shot. That is
Your apprehension for things as you found out as you rode away from cars. I know that you said that you were
So that's great. One of the grain elevators for
sort of thing
the Milwaukee Railroad serviced.
pushing you to set you up some market down the road, but then you rode down the road and you found you were alone. No one was there.
Yeah.
Road right here. We can turn
I
on.
think I was just being a nervous Nelly.
Does that change though the way you feel from that on?
So
or does it still sort of linger?
I think that's, yeah, we're about on the railroad grade.
I wasn't
Right
so
there.
worried as I went further out.
Quite a bit of those roll over the state.
People and who you're talking to and if they have any ulterior motives, but you
Yep.
don't need to be afraid.
Try to zoom that on the editing part.
I was nervous and you know, maybe just a little bit afraid of the border crossing because there was so much.
We almost hit a vulture. That was kind of different, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
I think it was big. It's amazing these things stand with the amount of wind that comes through here. I mean, it's slowly falling apart.
They probably weren't. It was just my imagination. But I'm also the same guy who thinks every noise I hear in a tent in the woods is a bear. So, but, you know, I don't know.
Okay, we just left Winifred. We are on Pean Bridge Road, heading towards Big Sandy.
Medication. You talk about that.
We must be doing drills or maintenance. I don't see anybody in it. Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
That's fucking sweet. We're pulling over. We're gonna look at that.
Getting off the bike and exploring as much, and I don't think I
Yes, it is on private, so we're not gonna cross the fence.
as much until then. I
Look, there's like an old truck up there.
myself as a
Oh.
an intrepid explorer.
For what's left of one.
It turns out that I'm more of a intrepid motorcyclist than I am.
Good boy. Good boy. She's a bit nipply out here, huh, bud? That's kind of cool, bud. I like that. Looks like he boarded it up to keep his cattle out of it. All right, Bridge, load up. Good job, James. Thanks for picking up the garbage.
Yeah.
Good boy. Yeah, that was pleasant to see. Wonder how many more of those are out here.
Probably quite a few.
Please say a command.
Bluetooth audio.
No Bluetooth device is available right now. I will try to connect one.
To that point, I don't really enjoy sleeping on hard ground anymore.
That is beautiful. I'd build a house right there. Yep, right there. Totally, I'd put my house right here.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I'd lost probably 15 pounds, and just
I had to deal with the wind though.
This is why I keep saying I would have loved to have grown up in a farming
I started
family.
wondering, started doubting myself, and I had to really assess things and things you're riding, whether I'm riding trails 10 miles from my house or whether I'm riding inside. To be able to get yourself
A lot of cattle tracks. I'm assuming those are cattle tracks.
In my mind, that SOS button is only if I've fallen and broken a leg or something and can't get myself out.
It's a BLM off the road there. Unaccessible. Oh wow. That's just awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The elk are all over inside of these brakes. Oh yeah, fucking yeah. Muleys are gonna be huge in here. Cause you can't, one, you can't hunt any of this. I don't know. You might be able to get on this BLM later, down that way, but because it looks.
Food right there.
Yeah, shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a private road, but we're gonna park right here. You can get out. Yeah, beautiful out here. Look, someone's going to town rigs. Or I could just. The hell are those? Get the binoculars out. The vortexes.
Got your range.
Yep.
trains. I enjoy that.
Looks like something spilt on these.
I find something. I always find something.
Makes sense.
So weird.
Have you learned something from this ordeal that sort of come out to you that you didn't really recognize you didn't know before?
Those are bighorn. Those are sheep.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Those are bighorn sheep.
And some guys fields.
Well, they live in the breaks.
The biggest thing is
Oh.
how we
Who's it yelling at?
So yelling at you. Put your damn seatbelt on. Oh, what the hell? Well, that goes into BLM.
The heck?
I'm gonna take a photo and talk to the BLM office in Billings and ask them about it. Because my phone GPS marks all my photos.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I can just go to a photo and find its GPS, like where I was at when I took the photo. It's another old like homestead cabin out there. It's funny that this is labeled as a state highway. State Highway 236.
So here's what we're going to talk about. Motorsports. Common theme.
Dude, this hill would be nasty when it's all snowed up.
Race cars.
Yeah.
Fast cars. I mean,
They probably should make that guardrail go a little bit further around the corner because you're probably gonna ricochet off that son of a bitch.
shoulder these days, but it was
Probably.
for decades. This
My grandmother worked at the concession stand. If you looked hungry, she'd fry up a chicken.
Here, read that
I
sign.
stood outside turn 4, dodging the dirt clods.
Roll down the window for you.
Didn't get to race early. Well, I raced motorcycles early.
No, I'm gonna get out, take a photo.
Bear and Hound and motocross.
Keep going for the door where the door handle is on the rickshaw. I haven't driven this since New Year's.
Oh.
So parts of that trail are still there and they're maintained. I wonder if
We were racing up the go-karts. We were running with what's her name?
if it's accessible to, if it's hike only, horseback, or
And then there were
what the restrictions are on that.
cars, which were upside down.
What's this sign say?
My head. And the G-forces actually, my vision went dark. That's when I did it.
Oh, this is for the Judith Landing.
Which 4 or 5 years later fully detached. But I remember I get out of the car, and you know how when the guy gets tackled and he's woozy, he
name
always stands up
Judith
and waves
sounds
to the
familiar.
crowd. So
Hmm?
I'm waving
The
to
name
crowd,
Judith sounds
and one of the
familiar.
guys grabs me by the shoulders and turns me around.
Camp Cook is the first military post in Montana near this site where the Missouri River and the Judith rivers join together. The United States Army built the first military post in the Montana Territory on July 10th, 1866. The post, under operation of the 13th Infantry, continued to provide services for the area until official closing of Camp Cook on March 31st, 1870.
Oh.
So it was only here for 4 years. So that wasn't the Missouri River that we were looking at.
Oh.
This is the Missouri River. That must have been, what the fuck is that? The Judith River. Oh yeah, she's frozen pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try walking across it, but yeah, she's pretty frozen. there used to be a ferry crossing here too, but they took it out because they put the bridge in.
Really that wide that they needed a boat?
Yeah. In fact, I think this is where the ferry crossing was, is right in here. Yeah, seen that. We're gonna look at it. Boat app open year round. Well, I don't think we're gonna be launching a boat today. Oh, dang it! Well, I wanted to drive into the campground, but I didn't know they were gonna close it. We're going. Looks like we're going for a walk. Okay. Oh. You want to get Bridger? Oh, I got him.
The boat's gonna move a little bit.
Oh, they've been moving all over the place. Opens May 15th. To vehicles, I guess? Oh, we're gonna go in. Oh, that roof is not faring very well. That must have been the root cellar.
So they kept all the food?
Yeah. That's closed. This is a newer cabin. It's all socket. See how the ends are all saw cut and they're rounded, and it just got they got mortar in there instead of chinking.
Yeah.
It's on a concrete foundation. Yeah, it's,
He's using grass for moss, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I just had to clarify. That and their shingles.
Yep. No, those are fresh. That's fresh buck. Yeah, there's fresh buck tracks. There it is. There they are. See them?
Yeah.
This is kind of a neat little campground. I think we ought to come here.
Yeah.
Got to pay to use it.
Oh, there's snakes in here.
Well, yeah. Look at where we're at.
By water.
Well, yeah, but this is total fucking rattlesnake country, James. Yeah, I could see us coming here.
I'd hate to run into a rattlesnake.
How's that taste, Bridger?
What do you do?
Bit the ice. See those feet?
Yeah.
That's for when the bridge expands and contracts, it can move on the piers.
Look how cold cold and hot it gets.
Yeah. That's why they're.
It's kind of cool how it can expand and contract.
I'd imagine it'd be when it's really cold that those feet would be pulled back more. But you see these things in here?
Yeah.
Those are called diaphragms. Those help keep the girders from doing this, and when traffic goes over them.
For stability.
Yeah. The Yellowstone Bridge that we're doing, just fucking hundreds of those goddamn things. Hundreds. That bridge is going to be, there's six rows of girders.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you got stiffeners right there. Those vertical pieces, those are stiffeners. And the diaphragms are mounted to the stiffeners.
Oh. All that for a bridge.
Yeah, and those, can't tell. Yeah, they're welded on the top. A lot of times you'll have mill-to-bear where the plate has to fit tightly in between the webs of the bridge, and they don't get welded, but they have to. But they you can't fit like a 1,000th feeler gauge in around them.
Oh.
So they're incredibly tight tolerance, and that's just for movement. It's stiffening the girder, but everything will expand and contract at the same rate. It's just there for stiffness.
It's kind of cool how they get the concrete to stand up like that.
You know, I'm sure you can find a video on the YouTube about it, about how they did it. Yeah, this is where the ferry was. Can you see where the bank is all dug down right there?
Yeah.
This is where they ferried people across. I remember reading about the ferry, all the ferries that they had on here, and that the Stafford ferries, there's only 3 left. There used to be 6.
Oh.
But they used to have one here, but they put the bridge in and they pulled it out.
Was it just more efficient, cost-effective to put it in the bridge?
Let's put it this way, all the cars that just passed over us, they would have been waiting for that boat to go across and then come back and go across. And then they'd have to keep a channel clear of ice for the ferry to operate.
Oh,
so in the wintertime, it probably didn't run because the river's frozen over.
Oh. Would be kind of cool to go on a ferry though.
It would be. Walk through the snow, clean off her boots. Must be nice just to be able to walk right underneath a freaking fence there, dog. You want a lot of men on that side? I wonder if they talk about the fucking ferry crossing right here. Yeah, we've seen some of those. Say no to that one. Winifred. Here's where we are. Virgil Ferry should be over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. And the Virgil. Thought there was another one. That looks cool. Oh, look at all the geese.
Oh, that's a lot of geese.
I'm just gonna take photos of these and hey, we're in State. There's a strip of BLM right there. Wondering what this guy was doing. He must be out here doing some bird hunting or something. It depends on the birds that you're hunting. I would be surprised if there wasn't a whole lot of big muleys out on this.
Muleys get me excited.
Oh no, naked women don't get me excited. Big bucks make me excited.
She did the wormhole.
See all the deer? Okay, so that one right there at the end, that's a buck.
And she would be here telling me, she'd be
The way he's standing.
from here because she's not telling stories. I told one not too long ago that she had never heard, which I saw her.
That one's definitely a buck. See the way he's kind of strutting?
Yeah. Really cool.
Definitely a buck.
I went in there and I figured out special effects pretty quick because I'm a mechanic, right? Number one, I was a mechanic. Number two, I was a designer artist.
Well, they don't know.
And so here's this confluence of cameras and logical thinking. You know, we invented the first motion.
See you in November.
Just shut me down.
Ooh, she's soft here.
See, I don't remember that anything less than 8 bucks. That's average for
You can feel the truck kind of wallering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that road was soft right there.
That's what I tried to picture it as number one.
Right there. You kind of feel like the truck kind of sinks and slows a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because we're hitting soft dirt. Is that a house or that's a school?
They had a education was a priority.
Yeah, they tried.
It wasn't like worse like it is now.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of recurring theme of the love for education.
Yeah, that's totally a school.
You know, seems to have been the next phase. You know, it's way too young at the end. It's the next phase of Brucey's life.
Get out and look at that. more stuff out here than I thought there would be. I don't know why I'm always surprised by this. I don't know who Digital Shack this is. Triangle, I think. Tech support would probably know who these guys are. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way. Okay, we are now turning into Big Sandy. Look at those grain elevators. Those things are now massive.
I'm not saying fake it until you make it, but I am saying if you see an opportunity to deserve
They are pretty big.
that's certainly extremely well. You know, it still does. This marks 50 years as a full-time creative.
Don't know if they're still being used.
That stuff comes my way. You know, I got nothing better to do. But this is fantastic, and I also make a point of trying not to be stuck in my generation. You know, in fact, you've done a great job of that. I don't know too many people my age, and most of the ones I do, you know, they don't do that much. And if I wake up, I'm gonna get out there and do something. And I love being around younger people, and I love annoying them. That's kind of what I'm doing.
We were having lunch the other day, and it was just before I turned 85. And he just kind of turned to me, and we spent a lot of time together, and he just said, "Oh, Scott, every decade just gets better."
Well, Sweatline Dodge.
I'm not so sure about the 70s yet, but it was, to me, that was really thoughtful to say. because
Jason would probably be interested in that.
he just, the last few weeks,
He's into that shit.
someone that I respect.
He has a bunch of old Dodge stuff.
Yeah, he does. He likes that old junk.
Didn't he have an F-150?
He did.
Did he wreck it? Like, what happened with that?
I don't know what he did with it. Oh no, he sold it. He sold it to a coworker.
Oh.
I would certainly love to be younger and have the physicality and the energy that I had. But I didn't have, I'm not going to say wisdom, I'm going to say I didn't have the experiences that we had.
Okay, I'll slow down. There's deer in behind all those cars. No, they don't.
Am I supposed to ask a question or something? It's like good for a while. It's still on his first class. Absolutely. And Modelo today, I have an affinity for cheap beer. Cheap beer for Americans.
It's kind of your that you need to turn that into a Roadside.
Looks like that elevator's in use in some capacity.
I was kind of
No, this looks like a train depot.
you know, kind of slow down a bit. You can do more grandkids style thing.
Just the approach to keep all the time.
So, yeah. Well, Canada brought me on as an explorer.
Yeah, we didn't even talk anything about Canada. That's been a huge part of the last decade of your life.
Yeah, I was doing different art stuff, different paintings. I was doing trade shows. I would get where it was fun. I would do live demos and bring in a model and write it and shoot it. And I'd use that as references to digital painting. And then so I got so I was really asked to do this stuff really slow.
Maybe the railroad doesn't get used. Got a big old fucking chunk of the track missing there. That is the railroad bed right there. But it looked like it was a modern track. I mean, it had signals and everything on it still. There's, I mean, you can see the braille bed. You see?
But it wasn't perfect, and we've since adapted.
Every time I hear Anthony talk, I learn some new $14 letter word.
They're very amateur, so no judgment there. Like, it's just us.
I say letter in there because it's usually 14 letters and it's like a $20 word, you know.
Yeah, so these areas are some of the nicest. They'll get into a path to it. So there's two ways to hit any.
Let's hear a minute. 'Cause PEI is a little bit of an odd bird there, and we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so it's pretty free for the public to use in the purposes of camping, as long as you're not erecting a permanent or semi-permanent structure. And that kind of becomes a gray area, is what's a semi-permanent structure, because